Good evening, ladies and gents. Well, tonight I said I'd update you on the Blade Runner Blaster and where that is at the moment, because I had a few little, just small issues with it, but I thought it was worth explaining, considering this kit has been nothing but hassle since I got it. So let's take a look and I'll explain what the problems have been. So here's the kit here, in its current form. I'm waiting for a friend to send me the LEDs, because I'm useless especially with these small LEDs, wiring them and such. The wiring, as I explained before, comes up here and through there and into this box here, which has very little room inside. But what I had to do is, now the handle came with a set of screws. Now this side is where the battery compartment is, and this side it went in no problem at all, and the screws have gone in, and I can unscrew those and that comes off, no bother at all. Now, how can I explain this? They don't go in far enough, and that's not really an issue as such, because this, like I said, this side goes on. However, on the opposite side, where this grip goes, you can see I have two more screws there. Now, one was too long, and it was this one here, which went into this top one. Now, because the screw on the other side screws in quite a ways to keep it on, this screw wouldn't fit at all. It wouldn't go in, so it was sticking out. So the only solution I could come up with was, let's see if my camera focuses there, was sawing off a piece of the screw, so that now fits inside there without protruding out. Well, it protruded out anyway, but protruding out too much. And this bottom screw didn't need trimming. That goes in there and stays in there just fine. Even though they should screw into the grips a little bit more, but I'm not gonna. They came pre-drilled, and I'm not gonna drill them anymore because I can just see it shattering or cracking. So I'm just gonna leave them as is, and I'll have to glue this grip on this side, which is okay because this grip doesn't need to be removed. It's the other side where the battery compartment is. Now, the other issue was these pins which keep the triggers in. One was far too big, and it was this one, I think. So I had to get a hacksaw saw that could cut through metal. Same one I used on the screw for the handles, actually, and take a small piece off the end, and it now fits inside. So yeah, that was the main issue with that. It did come with another two screws. Now, these two screws I could have used for the handles, but they were too small. They wouldn't even fit through. They wouldn't come through the grips far enough to, be of any use, really. So there we go. I mean, once the screw in, that side does stay on, so that's fine, and that's the way it should be, really, because, like I said, the battery is going to go in here, and I need to access that. So it's worked out. It has worked out good in the end, really. No change on the top section of the blaster. It's still just as it was. Like I said, I'm not too fussed because this isn't a very accurate kit. I mean, and what do I mean in terms of accuracy? Well, this piece in here is wrong. This screw is wrong. I still say it's a little bit undersized. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't held a accurate kit in hand before, but this I don't know. It just feels small. It feels it feels too small for what it is. But we've all got to start somewhere with one of these blasters, and everyone always starts off with a cruddy version of this one. So this one is mine, and I was going to just sell it and get rid of it because I was at a frustrated point with it, but I think I'll keep it as a memento of my first foray into the Blade Runner world with the blaster, the famed blaster. Yeah. Also, I said I wasn't going to do any more of these, but I finished painting another Tardis console base. Finished that today, so that's what that one's done. I'm just waiting for the paint on the top to fully cure before I start painting the controls on that one. So you saw what happened. I did these before, masked off these sections here, painted in there, and repeated that over and over. And the same with this, masked off the areas around here, painted inside. I've also polished the bases up so it's very smooth. As you see, no raspy noise from the 3D printing lines because they've all gone. I don't like to touch these ones here because as you can see, these bases are quite thin. Or you shine a strong light, for instance, if I put a torch on top, you start to see through it. That's how thin they are. So I wasn't going to sand or touch these. I'm just going to leave them as they are. And again, it's on the base, so you can't really tell anyway. But yeah, there we go. So an update on the Blade Runner gun, and a finished Tardis console base. There we go. That was our day, really, wasn't it? Other than that, we didn't really do anything else. So we went to, because it's bank holiday weekend. If you're watching in the States, it's bank holiday weekend here in the UK, so it's a chilled out weekend, really. As you can tell from Ella, Ella's
a prime.
Yes,
chillax.
She's just in prime chillax mode. So yeah, there we go. Bank holiday Monday tomorrow. So and Paul will be going home tomorrow. So we're taking her home and
seeing the kitties.
Yeah, seeing the kitty cats. There we go. That being said, I'm going to say good night and see you tomorrow.
Night night.
Bye.